Chapter 10, Developing Our Higher Consciousness. No problem can be solved by the same consciousness that created it. Albert Einstein. What is our higher conscience? What is your higher consciousness? In this practice, we believe your higher consciousness is where emotions, thoughts, and resulting actions like altruism, hope, selflessness, gratitude, and many other thoughts and emotions come from. We strive to develop this higher consciousness. In Maslow's hierarchy of needs, this is the self-actualization level of the pyramid. Our drive to act out our addictions comes from what we consider our lower consciousness. This is also where negative emotions like desire, greed, hatred, anger, and many more come from. These emotions cause a person in recovery to once again enter the addiction cycle. People who are in active addiction are operating from what we consider the lowest level of consciousness, basic needs for survival. We believe that we must satisfy our addiction to survive just as we would if our source of food and water were threatened. In Maslow's hierarchy, this is the physiological needs level. It's also described as our reptilian brain. The part of the brain that has dictated our behaviors for much of the human species' evolution and certainly dictates our behavior in an active addiction cycle. When we are in active addiction, we look at the substance or behavior in the same way we look at food and water. In many circumstances, we hold our addiction in higher regard than even food and adequate hydration, showing just how strong this drive is during the active cycles of addiction. As we can see below in Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the self-actualization level, what we call our higher consciousness, is comprised of things like morality, creativity, lack of prejudice, and acceptance. We believe that all positive thoughts, emotions, and resulting actions come from a place of higher consciousness. Maslow argued that everyone should strive for the self-actualization level he represents in his pyramid. We agree, but we also suggest that there is much more to this level than the 6 things listed below. Everything that we do that is good comes from this place of higher consciousness. We seek to develop this in this practice, to let this dictate our thoughts and emotions. We strive to have the speech and motivation behind our actions come from this place. Where we used to run our lives from the lower consciousness, we now want to run every aspect of our lives from our higher consciousness. Lower consciousness and addiction. At the lower levels of Maslow's pyramid are the basic physiological and safety needs. These include food, water, warmth, and security. In active addiction, the brain begins to equate the substance or behavior with these essential survival needs, a phenomenon grounded in the neurobiology of addiction. This connection activates the reptilian brain or the basal ganglia, the part of the brain responsible for survival instincts, further reinforcing the addiction cycle. Moving toward higher consciousness. As one moves through recovery and satisfies the lower needs, they can begin to explore the higher levels of Maslow's hierarchy, including love, belonging, esteem, and ultimately self-actualization, our higher consciousness. Here, we can cultivate virtues such as morality, creativity, acceptance, empathy, and altruism. It's here that we can practice the Eightfold Path and the 4 heart principles mentioned in the chapter on karma. Self-actualization. This level of consciousness represents the full realization of one's potential and includes traits like creativity, problem-solving, and acceptance. Transcendence and spirituality. Some theorists have expanded on Maslow's model to include a level beyond self-actualization, often referred to as self-transcendence. Here, the focus shifts from personal growth to the well-being of others and the interconnectedness of all life. Mindfulness and meditation practices. Mindfulness and meditation are often used to foster this higher consciousness. A study in the Journal of Behavioral Medicine found that mindfulness meditation can reduce cravings and increase self-control in substance use disorders. The holistic approach in recovery. A holistic approach in addiction recovery addresses not only the physiological and psychological aspects but also spiritual and social dimensions. It seeks to bring about a profound transformation, connecting the individual with a sense of purpose and higher values. The journey from the grips of addiction to a place of higher consciousness is indeed a profound transformation. It's about more than merely abstaining from substances, it is a path towards self-discovery, inner peace, empathy, and connection with others. By understanding and embracing this journey, those in recovery can find not only healing but a renewed sense of meaning and fulfillment. Emphasizing this multifaceted approach can be key in treatment and long-term success, bridging science, psychology, and spirituality. Why we develop our higher consciousness. Developing higher consciousness is a multifaceted journey that embodies both a spiritual and scientific quest. This transformation is foundational in overcoming addiction, leading to a purpose-driven life that is grounded in positive values and ethics. Understanding the concept of lower consciousness is key. Often associated with addiction, lower consciousness is driven by primal instincts and negative patterns of thinking. Recognizing these patterns sets the stage for transformation, a deliberate shift from lower to higher consciousness. This change becomes a spiritual journey, intertwined with the desire for a life filled with meaning and positivity. The steps, daily actions, and recovery exercises are pivotal tools in developing the higher consciousness. They include practices such as meditation and mindfulness, emotional regulation techniques, and acts of service and altruism. Meditation, for example, has been scientifically shown to cause structural changes in the brain associated with improved self-regulation and reduced cravings. The shift towards higher consciousness is also rooted in the brain's neuroplasticity, its remarkable ability to rewire itself. This scientific principle illustrates how behavioral and thought patterns can be altered over time, providing a biological basis for the transformation from addiction to recovery. Positive psychology also plays a significant role. Techniques drawn from this practice, like gratitude journaling, are grounded in research and have demonstrated benefits for overall well-being. Emphasizing strengths, virtues, and the pursuit of fulfillment, positive psychology aligns with the development of higher consciousness. The ongoing process of developing higher consciousness reinforces itself in a positive feedback loop, as discussed in the chapter on doing the next right thing. As positive thoughts, emotions, and actions increase, they lead to heightened happiness, satisfaction, and fulfillment, further motivating growth. This feedback mechanism creates a sustainable path towards continual self-improvement. Cultivating higher consciousness is not a one-time achievement but a lifelong practice. It requires perseverance and resilience. There may be setbacks, but the commitment to growth must remain steadfast. The journey towards higher consciousness is profound, complex, and deeply rewarding. It offers a path out of addiction into a life rich with purpose, joy, and connection. Rooted in both spiritual insight and scientific principles, it presents a holistic approach to recovery, transforming not only the individual but potentially the broader community as well. Ways of developing our higher consciousness. As we will explore throughout this practice, the daily actions, steps, and recovery exercises are pivotal tools designed to cultivate our higher consciousness and guide us toward a fulfilled life in recovery. These practices not only provide the foundation for breaking free from addiction but also open the door to profound personal transformation. Let us delve into some examples of what we accomplish through these daily actions, as well as some supplementary practices that can accelerate your progress. Practicing gratitude. Cultivating a sense of gratitude has been shown to enhance well-being and reduce stress. By reflecting on what we are grateful for each day, we shift our focus away from negativity and towards a mindset of abundance. It's impossible to experience gratitude and the multitude of negative emotions from the lower consciousness simultaneously. Mindfulness of emotions. Mindfulness in meditation has been found to improve emotional regulation and reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression. By being aware of negative emotions and consciously redirecting our attention to positive feelings and thoughts, like our source of happiness, we foster resilience. Embrace the 4 heart principles. Practicing love, compassion, joy, and equanimity can lead to a more harmonious life. Positive karma creation. By making concerted efforts to create positive karma through ethical actions and reducing harmful behavior, we align ourselves with a life of virtue and fulfillment. Service to others. Engaging in altruistic acts of service not only enhances our sense of purpose but also strengthens community connections. Research has demonstrated repeatedly that volunteering can lead to increased happiness. Daily journaling. Writing about positive emotions and events in recovery can solidify our commitment and provide a reflective space for growth. Compassionate speech. By consciously choosing our words and avoiding harmful speech, we cultivate relationships built on trust and empathy. We also train our brain to be grateful and positive about our daily lives. Honest daily review. Reflecting on our actions and striving for continuous improvement ensures that we remain aligned with our values and goals. Doing the next right thing. Always striving to do what is morally right keeps us on a path toward integrity and honor. Positive future goals. Setting and working on positive goals for the future provides direction and motivation, fostering a sense of hope. Meditation. Meditating twice daily can sharpen our focus, improve our mental clarity, and deepen our connection to ourselves and the world around us. These practices are not merely antidotes to addiction, they are pathways to a richer, more fulfilling life. The transformation they can spark reaches far beyond recovery, touching every facet of our existence and allowing us to live in harmony with ourselves and others. Praying to or making affirmations to our higher conscience. For some of us, the concept of prayer to a God or a higher power may not resonate or align with their personal beliefs or spiritual framework. This is entirely valid, and it does not diminish the potential for profound personal growth and healing. For these individuals, we recommend an alternative approach, praying to, or if not praying, making affirmations to your own higher consciousness. The higher consciousness is a source of our intrinsic motivation, altruistic thoughts, positive emotions, and ethical compass. It's the wellspring of the qualities that make us compassionate, loving, and wise human beings. Rather than viewing this as a religious or supernatural entity, one can see it as the noblest aspect of oneself, the part that seeks to grow, learn, connect, and create a meaningful life. Praying to or affirming our higher consciousness can be a powerful practice. Here is why. Affirming values and intentions. By consciously connecting with our higher consciousness, we can reaffirm our values, set clear intentions, and align our daily actions with our deepest truths. Cultivating positive traits. Regularly focusing on and nurturing the positive traits we wish to develop helps us manifest these qualities in our lives. Building a personal spiritual practice. This approach can form the basis of a personal spiritual practice that does not rely on traditional religious concepts but still offers deep personal growth and fulfillment. Enhancing self-understanding. Recognizing and connecting with our higher consciousness fosters a greater understanding of ourselves, our needs, and our potentials. This connection can be an essential part of personal development and self-care. Research on affirmations. Studies have shown that positive affirmations can increase feelings of self-worth and make individuals more likely to achieve our goals. Consider this practice as a dialogue with the best version of yourself, a conversation with the part of you that knows what's right, just and kind. It's a way of tuning into your own wisdom and fostering a relationship with the internal guide that wants you to thrive. Whether you are in recovery, seeking personal growth, or simply striving to live a more fulfilled and compassionate life, connecting with your higher consciousness through prayer or affirmations can be a transformative practice. It's an invitation to live authentically, with purpose and intention, guided by the absolute best within you. Science behind the higher consciousness. The human brain is a marvel of evolution, containing intricate neural networks that govern our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Our understanding of higher consciousness and lower consciousness can indeed be mapped to different regions of the brain, but the process is more complex than a simple division between left and right hemispheres. Higher consciousness and the frontal cortex. The frontal cortex, particularly the prefrontal cortex, plays a significant role in our higher consciousness. This region is associated with complex cognitive processes like decision-making, reasoning, self-awareness, and empathy. It's where we engage in reflective thinking and make ethical judgments. Lower consciousness and the brainstem. Conversely, the brainstem and the limbic system are more associated with basic survival instincts, emotional reactions, and impulses. They form part of our reptilian brain, governing automatic, reflexive behaviors. The interplay of brain regions. Research has shown that cultivating higher consciousness is not about favoring one side of the brain over the other but engaging multiple regions in concert. Activities like meditation, mindfulness, gratitude practice, and exercise help in this process. Meditation. Meditation has been found to increase the thickness of the prefrontal cortex and improve connections between various parts of the brain. It can lead to better emotional regulation and a greater sense of well-being. Exercise. Physical exercise promotes overall brain health, supporting cognitive function and may enhance the brain's plasticity, aiding in the formation of new neural connections. Gratitude practice. Practicing gratitude can activate brain regions associated with empathy, emotional processing and moral cognition, including the prefrontal cortex. Holistic brain functioning. Rather than dividing the brain strictly into logical left and creative right, it is more accurate to understand that complex tasks often require the interplay of various brain regions across both hemispheres. Activities that promote higher consciousness help in creating a more integrated and holistic brain functioning. Inspiration, creativity, and altruism. These elements of higher consciousness are not confined to one hemisphere but involve complex neural networks. Through practices like meditation, we can cultivate these qualities, allowing for greater inspiration, happiness, and hope. The quest for higher consciousness involves a comprehensive understanding of our brain's functioning and a commitment to practices that nurture our whole selves. By engaging in daily activities that train our brain to tap into our higher consciousness, we foster new neural pathways and a more integrated way of thinking and living. This alignment with our higher self empowers us to lead more fulfilled and compassionate lives. It affects every part of our lives. What we find when we develop our higher consciousness, using it as the primary motivator for our thoughts, emotions, and actions, is that it transcends every facet of our existence. It becomes the essence of personal transformation, guiding us towards becoming more compassionate, responsible, and ethically driven individuals. The journey towards higher consciousness entails replacing negative emotions like fear, lust, jealousy, anger, resentment, and hate with empowering feelings of self-confidence, self-respect, compassion, love, forgiveness, and gratitude. This shift reflects a profound inner change, a maturation of our emotional landscape that resonates deeply with the human experience. As we align ourselves with positive virtues, our relationships become more authentic and meaningful. Friends, family members, and partners notice the change, leading to deeper connections and trust. Our romantic lives flourish as we learn to love ourselves and others with greater empathy and understanding. Operating from our higher consciousness means acting with integrity and purpose. It often translates to success in our professional lives as we become more focused, efficient, and ethical. The dedication to doing the right thing and making thoughtful decisions can lead to new opportunities and career advancements. Beyond the tangible benefits in relationships and careers, the cultivation of higher consciousness aligns us with a greater sense of purpose and meaning in life. It invites us to contribute positively to the world around us, inspiring others with our resilience, wisdom, and kindness. This shift in mindset is not merely philosophical, it finds support in fields like positive psychology and neuroscience. Research on mindfulness, for example, shows that practicing awareness and empathy can lead to significant improvements in mental well-being and overall life satisfaction. The embodiment of higher consciousness becomes a beacon of positive karma. It's not merely about personal gain but about uplifting others and contributing to a more compassionate and just society. By actively seeking to better ourselves, we influence those around us in incredible ways, radiating goodness and inspiring change. The path to higher consciousness is a transformative journey that holds the potential to change our lives in ways we never thought possible. It's a holistic approach to self-improvement that goes beyond overcoming addiction. It's about realizing the best versions of ourselves and engaging with life in a more meaningful and fulfilled way. This practice is about embracing life with all its complexities, guided by wisdom and compassion. It's about becoming agents of positive change, not only for ourselves but for our community and the world at large. I'm perceiving everyone, including myself, as an awakening being who is here to his or her birthright to the higher consciousness planes of unconditional love and oneness. Ken Keyes, Jr.